The hype for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero just keeps on getting higher and higher. Yesterday, we ended up getting a brand new trailer for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And of course, everybody lost their minds when they saw the trailer. But of course, since there's a new trailer, that means that there's probably new details in it that people probably missed. So that means that there's new stuff that we can break down as well. So today, we're gonna break down all the things that you guys might have missed in the newest Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailer. First up is that we finally get to see the battle intro sequence. Now, last month when we got the first trailer, we saw a sequence at the beginning of that trailer, and people speculated that that was the battle intro sequence. But I believe that it could be structured how it was like in Ultimate Tenkaichi. Now, what I mean by that is, in this trailer, they show us the characters talking to each other before the fight. But then, much like in Ultimate Tenkaichi, that can flow to a mini battle of sorts, where they fight for a little bit and then they break off, and then the actual battle begins. So I guess the best way to describe it is structure it like seeing their sequence in this new trailer first, and then the sequence in the last trailer next, and then that leads into battle. If that's the whole intro sequence, I'm all down for it, because I liked how it looked like in Ultimate Tenkaichi, and with how gorgeous this game looks, it's gonna look even better. Next up is that we finally get to see our very first full-fledged combo. Now, the reason why this is so important is because in the last trailer, we got to see 0 combos, but instead, the opponents were just knocking each other away, throwing out special moves, vanishing out of the way, things like that. But in this trailer, we finally get to see a glimpse of how combos will work in this game, specifically with Vegeta. So, as you see in the trailer, Vegeta leads off with a dash attack, which was the headbutt move that he landed on Goku. From there, he lands a few physical hits, and then afterwards does some sort of blast, and then follows up, does another hit, and then knocks Goku down, and then ends off the combo with ki blasts. So at the very least, we do know that combos are going to be structured similarly to how the original Tenkaichi series combos were. Now, of course, they can elevate it to whatever level they want to make it unique from the previous games, but if that's anything to go by, the combos in this game are gonna be absolutely insane. This one threw me for a loop for a little while, but after rewatching the trailer a lot and rewatching gameplay of the original 3 Tenkaichi games, I think I was able to properly deduce this particular detail, and it's the fact that the Kaioken execution we saw in the trailer was the power-up, not the attack. Now, the reason why I believe this is to be true is because in the original Tenkaichi games, Kaioken was not only a power-up, but also an attack. But when you land the attack is cinematic because it's a rushdown move. Much like all other rushdown moves in the Tenkaichi series, if you land it on the opponent, it is cinematic. But in this trailer, we see Goku transform into Kaioken, but when he goes to attack Vegeta, none of the attacks he lands are cinematic at all. And not only that, rushdown moves only have one trajectory, straight to the opponent. There are some where you're probably able to guide it a little bit, but the trajectory is still the same, straight to the opponent. Whereas in this trailer, we see Goku dash towards Vegeta and then immediately dash behind him. And that's not possible with rushdown moves. So again, Kaioken, in the game it looks really, really nice. It's our first time seeing it in this game, in fact. But in this particular clip in the new trailer, this is absolutely the power-up, but not the move. Now, granted, I'm not saying the move can't be in the game, but from what we saw in this trailer, this is definitely the power-up. You guys have no idea how much this next detail has me excited, but it's the fact that we got the ultimate confirmation that giant characters are playable. I am so happy about this because remember, when we got the teaser trailer back in March, one thing that I speculated about was that giant characters would be playable because, again, it's the Tenkaichi series, and the Tenkaichi series is known to have giant characters be playable. One very common example, as well as what we saw in this trailer, are the Great Apes. In the trailer, we got to see Vegeta Scouter transform into the Great Ape, and we get to see him fight off against Goku, destroy a bit of the landscape. But One very good thing in comparison to the other 3 games is that the Great Apes are not only playable, but they're true to size. That makes it even more exciting, because I understand as to why giants weren't true to size in the original 3 games. Obviously, hardware limitations of the PlayStation 2, and I guess partially the Wii for Tenkaichi 3 specifically. But with this game, all of that is out the window. This is Unreal Engine 5 technology has obviously advanced very far, so we can finally have giants be true to size. And on top of all of that, if Superhero is base roster, then that could mean that Cell Max could be a playable character. And that, more than anything concerning giant characters, has me the most excited. Speaking of transformations, we get to see a few more transformations for Goku and Vegeta, but 2 of which that particularly stand out are the fact that for the first time in the Tenkaichi series, we finally get to see Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta. Again, this is very important because obviously, you know, we get to see Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We got to see Super Saiyan Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, Majin Vegeta, which is definitely exciting, especially with how Super Saiyan 3 Goku looked. That shot was gorgeous, but what's more important, or at least to me personally, and maybe to a few others, is the fact that for the first time in the Tenkaichi series specifically, we finally get to see Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta, because again, those forms were never covered in the Tenkaichi series. All the other forms I mentioned earlier have been already multiple times, but this is the first time for Super Saiyan God, which is nice, and from what we see, it looks gorgeous. We also get to see the Strike Clash animation, and it's, well, a Strike Clash animation, relatively dynamic, it spins as you're clashing, but I think what made it really pop in this trailer specifically is the fact that Goku and Vegeta were on Super Saiyan God, and the stage they were on was beautiful. So just seeing all that happen in that moment was mind-blowing. And again, that's just the Strike Clash animation. There's still like the actual beam struggle animation if we ever get to see like that later on down the road, but again, very simple detail, but still worth noting. Focusing on attacks, we do get to see Super Saiyan God Vegeta utilize that air cannon move that he used on Broly in Dragon Ball Super Broly. But of course, in this trailer, he's using it against Super Saiyan God Goku. Now, when it comes down to the name of the attack, I don't know if this attack has ever been named yet. If it has, then I'm completely unaware of it as of right now. But of course, when Sparking Zero does release, the move will have a name. And also, we see that the attack is potentially multi-inputted because he shot out more than one. So maybe it gives a bit more versatility in trying to attack the opponent because of the fact that it can be shot out more than once. Who knows? Only time will tell. And also, we got to see Vegeta attempt to use some sort of rush down move. Unfortunately, it was unsuccessful, but we do know at least that Super Saiyan God Vegeta does have a projectile-based attack and a rush down attack as well. Earlier, I did say that Super Saiyan God Vegeta attempted to use a rush down move, but it failed. And the reason is because of the move that Super Saiyan God Goku used. And that move is Godbind. And then immediately after Godbind, he followed up with Gravity Bash. Now, both of these moves are moves that were shown off in Dragon Ball Super Broly, because of course, Goku utilized those moves against Broly in that movie. So it's nice knowing that the Super Saiyan God iteration of these characters are getting moves outside of just Battle of Gods. They're actually getting moves taken from Dragon Ball Super Broly, which in truth I think is probably like one of the best representations of those characters, but it's nice knowing still that they're getting newer moves instead of just moves that we've already seen in older Dragon Ball games based on the older movie Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. Now, we all know Dragon Ball Sparking Zero looks absolutely stunning, but part of the reason is because of the stages that we got to see in these trailers. Now, in the last trailer, we got the confirmation of 3 stages, and those stages were the Rocky Area, Namek, and Dying Namek. But in this new trailer, we got the confirmation of 2 new stages, and those stages are the Wasteland stage and the Island stage. And personally speaking, I have to say that even though all those stages look nice, they went insane with the island stage. I was absolutely mind blown with how immaculate that stage looked. I did a stream yesterday going over this trailer, and the one thing that I just could not stop saying because of how true it was the water on that stage was watering. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. The water was watering. That stage was beautiful. And if that's what we can expect to see for some of the other stages to be unveiled for this game, oh my goodness. Like, I can't wait to see the Tournament of Power stage. I can't wait to see the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. I can't wait to see Supreme Kai's planet. I can't wait to see all of these other stages, because if they went crazy with that island stage, I know they're gonna go crazy with the others. And last but not least, we get to the characters. Now, at the end of the newest Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailer, we got to see the size of the character roster, and we can confirm without a shadow of a doubt that on the base roster of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, we will have access to 164 characters. Let that sink in. Like, I really want that to settle in for a second. On the base roster, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero will have 164 characters. Do you know what that means? That means that excluding Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission, because it's a very, very special exception concerning console games, out of the modern console Dragon Ball games, this game will have the largest character roster ever in its base game. It's more than Tenkaichi 3, it's more than Xenoverse 2. This game will have the largest character roster ever for a console Dragon Ball game. That blows my mind. Now, of course, again, yes, that does count forms and transformations, but that's how it's always been, much like how it was in the previous 3 games, and of course, much like how it's like in the Xenoverse series, because the Xenoverse series also has variations of characters. Prime example would be Goku, Goku GT, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and a few others, right? So variations are not uncommon when it comes down to Dragon Ball games, and it's no exception with this game as well. This game does have variations of characters, and they will count as an individual character. But out of all the characters that we know right now, out of the 164, 40 are currently confirmed. And we're going to list every single one right here, right now. So, the currently confirmed characters for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero are Goku Z Early, Goku Z Mid, Goku Z Mid Super Saiyan, Goku Z End, Goku Z End Super Saiyan, Goku Z End Super Saiyan 2, Goku Z End Super Saiyan 3, Goku Super, Goku Super Super Saiyan, Goku Super Super Saiyan God, Goku Super Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, Vegeta Z Scouter, Great Ape Vegeta, Vegeta Z Early, Vegeta Z Early Super Saiyan, Super Vegeta, Vegeta Z End, Vegeta Z End Super Saiyan, Vegeta Z End Super Saiyan 2, Majin Vegeta, Vegeta Super, Vegeta Super Super Saiyan, Vegeta Super Super Saiyan God, Vegeta Super Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and that was just from what they showed off in this trailer. Currently we're at 24 characters, but there's still more from what was previously announced. So if we continue, we still have Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Trunks Fighting Super Saiyan, Future Trunks Super Saiyan, Frieza, Cell, Perfect, Majin Buu, Mr. Satan, Android 17, Android 18, Broly, Broly Super Saiyan, Jiren, and Bergamo. If I'm not mistaken, that brings the roster to 40 out of 164. But there's also another thing that needs to be addressed, and that's the fact that for Frieza and Android 17, they're classified, or at least from the information that we have available right now, as Super. Now, Android 17 is very obvious because of his outfit, but the game characterizes them as Super, which could also mean that we will get Z iterations of those characters. I mean, very obviously, right? Because of the Cell Saga and of course the Frieza Saga. But from the official Japanese Dragon Ball Sparking Zero website, so there's no room for any misconstruing this information, it classifies both Frieza and Android 17 as Frieza Super and Android 17 Super. That's what they're classified as. So that means that there should be Z iterations of those characters as well. So that is very, very interesting. Oh, and not only that, but for Broly, or at least from what we saw in the trailers, is of course from Dragon Ball Super. But on the official website, they only list Broly as just Broly. They don't put Broly Super. They don't even put Broly BR to, you know, signify that he's from the Broly movie. It's just Broly. So I don't know what that means for the legendary Super Saiyan, but at the very least, we do know that they're just going with Broly as the main Broly now. So they may try to have the legendary Super Saiyan go under like another moniker, like I would go what? Broly Z legendary Super Saiyan or something of the sort. I don't know. Only time will tell. But still, we got 40 characters confirmed as of right now for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And this has me excited because there's still a ton of characters to go. And with that, we have covered all of the new information that was in the newest Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailer. Again, this trailer actually showed us a lot more of what to expect in comparison to the first trailer that we got. I mean, we got to see a bit more combat. We got to see some special moves. We got to see more transformations. We got to see new stages. We got to see all sorts of stuff. And then of course, the confirmation of variations of characters. It was expected, but this is the ultimate confirmation. We are getting variations of characters. I'm just excited all around. I cannot wait for this game to release. I just wish that they gave us at least a release window, but unfortunately, we didn't get that. But I'm still excited to see what this game is going to bring to the table once we start getting more information in the future. But I do want to know what you guys thought about all of this information in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.